Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I'm glad to be back. And today we're going to be playing with Star Wars The Mandalorian X Colourpop palette. Yay, I'm so excited. This is actually my second Colourpop palette, and I honestly been loving their formula. And this is what the palette looks like. It's super cute. And this is the back of the palette, and once you open it up, this is what the mirror looks like. These are the shades. Super pretty, and look how sparkly those are. So off camera, I'm gonna quickly conceal my eyebrows, and then we're gonna get on with the eyeshadow look. So the first shade that I'll be going into today is this one right here. It's called Float Your Crib, and that will be going in my crease. It is very pigmented, and that was just with one dip. And sorry if I'm looking this way during the video, my mirror is right here. I'm lightly tapping the eyeshadow first, and then I'm swaying back and forth in my crease. Now I'm gonna do it on this side. And it's okay if it gets messy as well. I'm gonna clean it up afterwards. I love Colourpop's formula so much. It's so easy to put on, and it's easy to blend as well. And their colors are always so pigmented. I know this is my second time trying their formula, but so far with both palettes that I have from them, their pigment is just so on point. Now I'm gonna go in with my second color right here, which is this lighter green, and it's called Baby Face. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend that with the crease and then bring it out a little bit more towards the brow. Ooh, this shade is so gorgeous. And the shade I am going to bring up higher than I did with the deeper green. Now I'm going to move on and do it to this eye. Now that the crease is done and I feel good about it, I am going to cut my crease, and I'm going to add in one of the shimmers. How I like to cut my crease is I'm going to look down a little bit, and I'm going to dot the concealer right onto the eyelid. And instead of using a brush, I like using my fingers for this part because I feel like it cuts the crease better, and that just works for me. You could do it with a brush if you'd like. And then sometimes I like going over it again and just one little more dot, and then I'm gonna tap it in and then smooth it out. Now that my crease is cut, I am ready to put on the shimmer on my eyelid, and I am doing the Sipping Soup. I'm just gonna tap it in. I feel like it's more vibrant if you tap the product rather than swipe the product when you're using any shimmer or glitter. And then you're gonna bring it down right here, and then we are gonna go in with a different color for the tear duct. Now that I placed the shimmer on my eyelid, I am gonna go back in with the crease colors just to blend everything out once more. And then I'm gonna go with Baby Face once more above, just to highlight that part a little lighter. Now that this eye is complete, I am going to move on to my other eye and do the same thing. Now I'm just gonna clean up my eyes where the outer corner is, just to sharpen the look, because that's what I like doing with my eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll go back to the eyes. And the primer that I'm using today is this Porefessional by Benefit, and then I'm gonna go back in with my Tarte concealer. So what I like doing is I like tapping it in a little bit where my cheeks are. I'll put a little here as well as on my forehead. Just tap in the primer like so. I feel like it helps mask the pores better. Now that I'm primed, I am gonna go back right here and put the concealer. I'm just gonna put a little dot right there and a dot right here. With this concealer, it goes a long way, so you don't need that much product. And I am just focusing it on this inner part, and then I'm gonna put it more towards the side of my nose as well. So now that I'm concealed, I am going to be putting my foundation on, and then I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to move my hair out of the way first. Okay, so what I do is I grab a brush like this, and I kind of just swipe, 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 swipe. I put a line here, kind of like so. And then here, I kind of just so I just do swipes on my face with my foundation, and I do bring it down to my neck. And then once I've done that, and I've only dipped into my foundation once, then I use a brush like so, and I kind of spiffle it into my face, and then I go back in with the beauty blender just to smooth everything out. Now that I'm done with the brush putting on my foundation, I'm gonna go back in with the beauty blender and blend it out just to make sure there's no harsh lines and it's all smooth out. And what I do is I just go in tapping motion. Now that my foundation is all smooth, I am gonna go in with some powder, and I'm using the Rimmellondon Stay Matte powder, and this one's in neutral. This powder has been my go-to powder since the 6th grade. So both Maybelline and Rimmellondon I've been using since the 6th grade, and I feel like it works best for me. And I do feel like sometimes it's better than more expensive makeups, like luxury makeups. And what I do with my powder too is I press it in. So I don't like swipe it, I dab it in, because I tend to get oily really quickly. So I feel like pressing the powder in helps me stay matte longer. And usually with these products, I don't have to really blot either. I feel like it keeps me matte all day. Now that my powder is done, Hoola Bronzer from Benefit. I'm obsessed with this bronzer. I feel like it's such a pretty color, and it's just perfect to warm up the face. And what I do for my bronzer is I start up here and I kind of dab it in, and then I buff it outwards. Dabbing it in that way and then buffing it out gives me more of a lifted look than starting from the apples of my cheek and bringing it outward. Like I did on this side, I'm starting from the temple and then working my way down. And And then I move on to my jawline. I start here and then work my way out. Now I'm gonna contour my nose. And what I like doing is I'll look and I'll just kind of swipe this way. Kind of just following my nose down. And now that my bronzer is finished, I am gonna go back in with my powder brush just to smooth it out. Then I go around the rest of the areas that I did bronze, and I just focus on the outer parts just to smooth any harsh lines. Now that my bronzer is all blended in, I am gonna go in with my favorite blush. It's from Benefit and it's called Galifornia. Just gonna swirl my brush in it and then work my way to the apples of my cheek. I feel like doing this also with blush gives more of a lifted effect rather than like a more down effect, if that makes sense. Now that I have blush on my cheeks, what I like doing as well is I like tapping my blush brush on the tip of my nose because I feel like it just warms up the look even more, and sometimes I do swirl it like so. And then like I did with the bronzer, I'm gonna go around the edges and just kind of smooth everything out so there is no harsh lines still. Just towards the edges. Now I'm gonna go in with the Metal Crush highlighter from KVD, and I thought it fit this look perfectly. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's this pretty green color with a slight pink shift to it, and I thought it would be perfect for this look. And how I like putting my highlighter in is I'll swipe it down on my nose like this, and then I'll swipe it in the front on the tip of my nose as well. And then I do put it on my Cupid's bow and then my cheekbones and a little bit here. And like how I did with my nose, I swipe up and down and then I swipe side to side for my Cupid's bow. Just like I did with my nose. And then I just put it on top right here and then a little on the side. Now that I have my highlight on, I will be using the setting spray for my face, which I got sent complimentary from Influencer. So thank you, Influencer. I just spread the face a little bit like that, and I do spritz the neck as well, just to make sure all of my makeup sets. Now that my face makeup is already done, I am gonna go back in with the palette, and I'm gonna use the baby face once again, but this time I'm gonna just put it where my waterline is, like a tight line, just to brighten up the under eye. I'm getting it as close as possible to the root of my lashes to tightline my waterline. And I am gonna kind of bring it upwards as well, just slightly, like so. And then I'm gonna do it to my other eye. Now that I'm done tightlining under my eye, I am gonna go in with the palette once more. I use this shade right here, which is the gold shade, and it's called The Force. And I'm gonna put that going in with my finger, and I'm gonna just tap it into my tear duct area. And this is the final look.